morning. Today I have Robyn hanging out with me today. We're ambitious and we're hoping to get 2 podcasts recorded and at the same time have a sourdough going and hopefully get out into the garden and do a few jobs together or just hang out and film some things for you guys. So I'm just cooking us some breakfast. I'm just making my mum's crepes, which I've shared on our Patreon page, the whole recipe and how mum made it. She absolutely loved making that video and it really inspired all the content on our page. So I highly recommend going and checking it out, giving us some support and then getting that recipe because it's really, really good. So far it's working out too.
If it all starts to crumble, search the pieces for hope or a rumble. It's not for me to decide.
It's like being at a petting zoo.
I was just about to say that. Right, I thought you could just throw. Sorry, I'm chickens.
So I thought while Robyn's here with me, we might as well go through the garden, see what's growing, but also what needs to be pulled up in time for autumn time to make space for root crops, to make sure that nothing starts to rot away. And I've also noticed I have a lot of tomatoes that need a bit of a cleanup. So I'm going to rope her in today.
Yeah, I'm going to help. I'm here to help.
Good. We all need garden friends that can help out, so make use of them.
Exactly.
And then I'm getting rid of the plants. They all self-seeded in here, which is a great problem to have, but they're just so small and I'm not a fan.
They're very tiny tomatoes.
They are.
They look really sweet.
You can try one, they're lovely, and they're really good for popping into salads because you don't have to cut them. But yeah, I just don't want them to rot away and attract too many bugs.
They are so sweet.
Really?
Yeah. So nice. And usually I'm not a big fan of tomatoes.
Oh yeah, I forgot you saying that
But
yesterday.
cherry tomatoes are different though.
Yeah.
Tell me and be honest. Tell me, should I know that you believe in me? So painful is quiet and slow.
So one thing you might notice in my garden at the moment is all the vinegar flies, and they seem to come at a certain time of the year. They don't really cause too much damage as far as I can see, but there's just a lot of them there. So one thing I'm going to do, and I'll get Robyn's help with today as well, is just getting rid of some of the dead leaves on the bottom of these tomato plants, anything that's touching the ground or anything that looks damaged, because that's probably what the flies are attracted to right now.
I can't do peanuts. Oh yeah. You're fine with black chicken. I saw that there was beans in here and Diane was just saying that she was planting beans alongside other plants to help with the soil. And I was just saying that I was really I'm learning how to do green manure properly now, which is really interesting to kind of grow a really fast growing crop and then either cut it back, trim it back at soil level and then use it as mulch, or you can put tarps over it just to kind of kill the material but still have that benefit of organic matter in the soil. And
Yeah.
there's so many different plants that attract and accumulate different types of nutrients.
What are some of your favourites?
So I'm kind of just using mainly beans for nitrogen and organic matter, and also buckwheat, which apparently it can accumulate phosphorus, and our soils are really low in phosphorus. So I'm hoping that it'll kind of build up organic matter and also bring that phosphorus kind of back to the surface, cut all the leaves down and then lay it on the ground as mulch as well.
Yeah. So for anyone that wants to see Robyn's progress in using the cover mulch, which she'll probably be doing a lot more of in autumn and winter time, yeah, that's the time to do it. Go check out the Nature Patch. She's got lots of great videos, lots of learning that you can get from her channel, and just some really great like garden alongs and tours, and feel a lot of inspiration. Thanks. Beautiful. So a little cleanup. This looks so much better, but it's starting to get hot. So we're gonna go hide away into all of this. We'll now go on the compost pile. Oh God. 2 hands is needed for this. So I do have one more job that I need to do. We've been trying to encourage the chickens to actually lay in their coop, and we're doing this in a few different ways. So one of the ways we do this is to keep them locked up in the coop a little bit longer in the morning during egg laying time, making sure that there is always some fresh hay, and cleaning their coop more often to make sure that it's a nice environment. And I'm actually going to try one more strategy, and that is to put a decoy egg in. So hopefully this shows them that it's a safe place to lay their eggs. Usually it's not as wet. I think the missing rye flour in this is brutal.
Okay.
So I might even ask our local bakery if they, or just buy like something from Lily's.
Yeah.
If I can't find anything, because
Well, next time I come down when they're open bakery, if you need some, just let me know and I'll pick some up.
no, thank you. That last bag that I bought when I was at yours lasted for ages.
Yeah.
New package for the bus. What's it gonna be? Ugh, mustard. It's a book.
Put that down?
There's so much happening here.
Yeah. Don't lose any of this stuff.
It's overwhelming. We just got our new hot water system. Why did you pick this one?
Because of the reliability of the reviews, the amount of people that are using it. Also because it was affordable in the electric and the gas combination. So we do have the choice with this one to switch to gas in case we're like it's winter or we don't have enough electricity, or you know, even for the first period of time where we're expecting to have less battery capacity to be able to run something like this. So we can run off LPG until we upgrade the system.
Now I understand why red kidney beans are like the most popular, because they grow so beautifully. Like, look how stunning these are. Obsessed. My summer garden has been overruled by weeds. I feel like I'm pulling them out every single week, every single day, and still it is taking over. So I'm doing the best that I can here to just pull some out anytime I have energy, but it doesn't last very long because the heat is really intense at the moment. I'm also doing lots of harvests. We've had so many tomatoes and cucumbers. We've been really fortunate, and I've been doing the best I can to preserve as much as I can so that none goes to waste. Our next flush of zucchinis is finally starting to come through again. So 1, 2, and a few more in there. Not to mention all of these pumpkins. We have been doing plenty of harvests of tomatoes and cucumbers. I have zucchinis that are coming back, which I showed you earlier on. The pumpkins are growing and thriving, and the corn is starting to come up as well. But as I start to harvest these summer things, and now that the summer garden is coming to an end, it's time to start thinking about what I'll be sowing next and over the colder months. And at the start of a season, I always gather up all of the seeds from my seed collection that I know are going to be cool crops, and I put them into a container so that I can easily come and grab them as I need to and just be planting out as often as I can. Some things I'll be planting out just once, other things I'll be trying to successionally plant. Things like brassicas I really want to begin, but we need to net up the gardens first before I can start planting those in, because they are still so susceptible to the white cabbage moth, which is around everywhere at the moment. I keep catching them in my garden. I've also pulled out some of our potatoes from our pantry. We did grow a few potatoes. We didn't grow as many as last year, and I think it's because they actually grow better in the cooler months. So I have some potatoes. Some of them have already started to sprout, which is great, and will make it easier for them to grow. So I'll go dig those into my garden. Now, a lot of these crops, I'm not going to start planting them out too much until maybe March or April. April is also when I like to plant my garlic. You should be planting your garlic around that time because it gives it a chance to establish in the ground before the cooler weather sets in. And if you live somewhere where the colder temperatures hit a lot sooner, like Victoria and Tassie, then getting your garlic in ASAP would probably be a good idea. This week we really have been focusing on kind of cleaning up and also doing jobs that we've kind of put off for a while, things like the goose coop and the chicken coop. It's really exciting to see these turn into something because they've kind of been sitting around not doing too much for a while.
They
don't make it look too easy.
It's just because I've got height.
There's not much exciting stuff happening on the homestead this week, so I do apologise. Hopefully the next few weeks there'll be a few more exciting things and projects ahead. Alright, my gumboot.
You're holding it there.
So in this coop that I have here, we currently have about 10 hens and a rooster that perch here at night time. Unfortunately though, it's getting a bit small and a bit squishy because we have almost a flock of 20, including roosters that will end up as dog food, but for now they are with us. And so this, our original coop, which we actually built 3 years ago now in the suburbs from an old cubby house that we had on this rental property, yeah, this is going to be moving on, and instead the ladies are going to get, what should we call this, like Casa de chickens. They're literally going to have an empire to rule. This coop has honestly been amazing for so many different reasons. The fact that it has the mesh down the bottom makes it super easy to clean because you just hose it down or you take it off with a glove and put it in your compost pile. Like it's seriously easy to look after and clean. But one downside of it is these nesting boxes, and I think I've been complaining for the last 3 years and I'm yet to fix it. And all I think I'm going to do is put some string across to discourage the girls from perching there at night time, but also still mean that they can go and lay their eggs there in the daytime because they can just step over easily. So I'm gonna do that. She wants to lay an egg. As always, thank you so much for tuning in and watching our video. Give it a like if you've enjoyed it today, and leave a comment telling me what you're doing in your garden at the moment and what you're being overloaded with. See you guys next time.